This is Gagan Girotra, IIT Roorkee class of 2000, and I am Calcutta class of 2005.
So what we can see is that for this, for a 1 hour gap, 1 hour duration, one of the hands, right, must move. So the R hand in 1 hour, it moves from 12 to 1, right? And then in another hour, the R's hand will move from 1 to 2, and in the third hour, the R's hand will move from 2 to 3, right? So you notice that in 3 hours, the R hand does 90 degrees. So clearly each the angle between 12 and 1 on the clock, or angle between 1 and 2 on the clock, is 30 degrees, right? So angle between the numerals, the numbers 1 to 12 on the clock face is 30 degrees each, right? That means the angle between 12 and, let's say, 4 is going to be 30 into 4, 120 degrees, right? So that's the first thing we should know. Right. Then every hour, right, so every gap between two consecutive numbers, is also further divided into 5 etchings, right? So if, let's say, we draw these 5 here, 3, 4 and 5, so the gap between 7 and 8 is divided between 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in 5 equal parts. Now, if the angle between 7 and 8 is 30 degrees, then each mark will be equivalent to 30 degrees divided by 5 equals 6 degrees, right? So every minute marking on the clock is equivalent to 6 degrees, right? Now, why we do this, right? Why have we studied degrees of distance why have we studied degrees between 12 and 3, and degrees for each markings? Is because we are going to use degrees as distance when we calculate in computation of angles between the clock hands, right? So clearly, if one of the clock hands is facing 12, the other clock hand is facing 3, then the angle between these two clock hands, or the distance between these two tips, right, we can say is equal to 90 degrees. So all the concept of relative speed and relative distance is going to be applicable in clocks. The only difference is that instead of measuring the distance in meters, we are going to measure the distance in degrees, right? Now, let's look at the hour hand and the minute hand. Now, the hour hand in 1 hour, right? So in 1 hour, in time duration of 1 hour, the hour hand, it travels a distance of 30 degrees, right? In the same hour, in the same 1 hour duration, the minute's hand, it completes the entire one rotation, right? That basically what happens is that the minute hand, it moves all the way from 12 and comes back to 12. So the minute hand is actually rotated by 360 degrees, right? So if, let's say, I have to find out what is the relative distance covered by the minute's hand with respect to the hour's hand in the time duration 1 hour, it is equal to 360 degrees minus 30 degrees, because both of these distances, they have been commuted in the same direction, right? So basically the distance between them has been 330 degrees covered in 1 hour. So the relative speed of minute hand with respect to the hour hand is going to be 330 degrees per hour, right? So 330 degrees per hour is equivalent to, if I let's say replace an hour by 60 minutes, then this is equivalent to 330 degrees divided by 60 minutes, or we get 5.5 degrees per minute, right? So basically what happens is that in 1 minute, the minute hand, let's say it moves from this marking to this marking, right, which is 6 degrees, but the hour's hand will have moved only half a degree in this direction, right? So basically the difference is 5.5 degrees in 1 minute, 330 degrees in 1 hour, and so on, right? So we are going to use this idea. Actually, this idea can be extended to the minutes hand and the seconds hand also, but uh, you see, that is not exactly the most convenient computation, because the seconds hand, it moves so much in a single minute, right, that it's kind of difficult to give you problems based on that. However, it's not an impossible thing, right? The questions on seconds and minutes might just be coming in your examination. But for now, for the concept clarity, let's restrict ourselves to hours and minute hand. Now what we have computed is that the hours and minute hand, with respect to each other, they are moving at a speed of 5.5 degrees per minute. So let's say if I am given a question that we have to find the angle between the hour hand and the minutes hand, let's say in 2 hours, then we know that the angle that they change in 1 hour is 330 degrees. So the angle that has been covered in 2 hours is going to be 330 times 2.
Thanks for watching the video. You can give your feedback in the comments section below. Please click the like button if you thought the video was helpful. For lesson updates, you may subscribe to my YouTube channel People Plus, or you may read my blogs at peopleprep.com, or you can directly connect to us through our Facebook page @PeoplePlus, or you can email to me at gagan@peopleplus.com. Thank you.